All right, guys, I'm going to do the next two keys together. The second key is humility and teachability. And the third one is consistency over perfection. Humility and teachability. The Bible says in James 4:6, God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble. So, how can you learn something if you're not teachable? We've all been there, man. Whether it's when we were toddlers, no, or when it was in school, we're going through a hard time, we just had a block. You know, how many of us have been there? Or maybe in your job or in your field, you know, sometimes we come to a place where you get a degree here, there, you've been trained. Well, I just know everything about that. But, you know, Elon Musk and the great creators of our time and in history will be the first. Einstein, you know, those guys, they'd be the first ones to say, hey, I'm constantly learning, and the more that I learn, the more I don't even know. You know, they're like real with it, even though everybody else is like, wow, you're brilliant. They have the humility to say, I need to learn more stuff. So let's get to that point. Let's ask God for that gift. Rich Mullins said, never forget what Jesus did for you. Never take lightly what it cost him. Never assume that if it cost him his very life, it won't cost you yours. Following God means, you know, laying down our life to help other people, right? So if the guitar is all about, hey, you know, I just know everything, how are you going to learn? How are you going to... You guys are here for a purpose, and one of those purposes is to learn how to play music, to share your gift with the world, to help other people. And I'm not the expert on the guitar. I will be the first one to say that. I'm not going to teach a master class on how to play, you know, write a guitar symphony, or I'm not Andre Segovia, the great classical guitar player. Like, I know what I am. I know who I am. And part of what I do is help beginning guitarists get to the point, just like in my life, get to that point where you can teach yourself. So you have to have the humility. It's like honesty. It's like seeing, okay, I don't see that as a limitation. I see that as a focus. I see that as a gift for a certain thing. Those guys are called to do that. I'm going to do what I'm called to do. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what like humility and teachability actually empower you to fulfill your destiny. Check that out. The next key, consistency, not perfection. I said not perfection in the first key because it's not about perfection, guys. I'm repeating the same thing for a reason. You know, God is perfect, but we aren't. I'm sorry to tell you, you're not perfect. You're not going to be a perfect guitar player, a perfect songwriter, or musician. But you can be the best that you can be. How awesome would that be? And guess what? There's no test at the end of this course, guys. Awesome. It's all about you progressing. Focus on progressing. And consistency is the thing that's going to be the key to your success in progressing. Why do we call it 15 minutes a day? Well, the Bible said that little by little is better than a lot all at once. Remember the tortoise and the hare? Who won the race? The tortoise. The hare was all over the place, got distracted. He had bursts of energy here. He was sleeping there. You know, we've all been there, man. You know, before I started training a little bit, I'm training right now to start running again. Well, I'll tell you, I wanted to start running, but my friend that ran a marathon said, hey, don't even run yet until you walk every day. And it sounds so dumb, like I should have known that. But I'm thinking, hey, you know, I'm young, I can just go. It's like, don't do that unless you want to have a sprain or like, you know, my friend also says, the one that ran a marathon, he says, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Isn't that hilarious? But it's the truth. You know, you have to start somewhere but start at the beginning. Start with little steps. A little bit every day goes a long way. You guys are going to get tired of hearing that, but it's the truth. 15 minutes a day. Look, Dr. Paul Pimsleur, and I don't know if he's the best method of learning a language, but he is I think he's still alive, I'm not sure, but an expert at learning languages, okay? So and teaching language, he developed a program that people have used around the world, like Rosetta Stone and different language learning platforms and things. He says that 20 to 30 minutes a day is all you need to do to learn a language. How many of you have always wanted to learn, Spanish, French, whatever? Well, he gets you to the point of fluency in only doing a little bit every day. It's so cool. Well, that's what in my life, how I learned the guitar was doing a little bit every day. Now, I told you guys I used to play for 5-6 hours a day sometimes. And some of you will do that because you'll fall in love with it. Like, I'm going to try to get you guys to start getting creative right at the beginning, because that was a big key, another key for my success, which we're going to be talking about in the next one, creativity. But it unlocks you to have fun right away. Guys, this is not about, well, I have to do this, blah, 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 blah. No, it's like, I'm doing this because I want to do this. I want to help people. I want to make music. I want to write songs. I want to do stuff. Yeah, that's awesome. But if it's not fun, you're not going to be consistent. You're not going to persevere. But no matter what, you have to do it every day. You might miss a day here and there, and I'm not there saying you're failing the class. It's not about that. It's about every day. I mean, your fingers alone, your brain, needs to build habits and muscles and skills. That's just the way that we're made. How do little babies take a day off of learning how to talk? No, they don't even know how to be quiet. That's just what they do. That's how we learn language. That's how we learn how to walk, how to ride a bike. I mean, you don't ride a bike every day, but you understand what I'm saying. Driver's education. What are you doing? You're either in driver's ed or you're driving every day for a certain amount of time. You guys get the point. I'm being repetitive now. But it's consistency, not perfection. It's a little bit a day goes a long way. Guys, 15 minutes a day is what it takes, man. That's the key. So I'm going to do the next 2 keys together. Check it out. Next lesson.